And is presented by Tecate, Born Bold. We're out here in the desert. The sun is setting, and it's setting on the careers of our main event fighters, but not before they give you their best tonight. Mauricio Herrera told us I had lost my motivation the last two fights, but now I love boxing. I had to fall in love with the sport again. Jesus Soto Karass says, I'm leaving no legacy. I don't lose sleep about becoming world champion, but I know the fans will always remember me for the shows that I put on. Let's listen to these two gentlemen of the ring.
Yeah, you know, I know Soto Karass pretty good. I mean, I sparred with him years back. You know, I kind of have an idea of what he fights like.
Los dos sabemos de las cualidades de los dos. Ya nos conocemos de hace 9 años. Ya sabemos de los dos, no, él es un maestro y yo soy un guerrero.
And I do kind of feel a little pressured, like, you know, it's another last run, you know, see what I got. And maybe it is, you know, so I'm looking at it that way. That way I can push myself and give it everything in the gym to think in my mind, this may be the last shot. And if it is in my mind, I know I'll give it my best and then see where it'll take me.
Son mucho tiempo que ya tengo en el boxeo. Entonces tengo que tomar una decisión y ya un año más donde voy a dar lo mejor de mí. Ya lo había dicho contra Kamegai, pero ahora tengo esa espinita. Le debo a la gente y la gente me quiere ver. Entonces lo hago por la gente, por mi familia.
I think we're both trying to come up again and trying to get that win. And, you know, of course, everybody wants to get that. They only know you by your last fight. All that is a lot of pressure for both of us. So we both are hungry. I know that just with that alone, I mean, on top of, you know, his fighting style, which is to come forward, doesn't care, is gonna give his life in the ring. That's all dangerous. That's all in my head.
Ya somos viejos lobos los dos. Yo creo que ni él va a cambiar ni yo tampoco voy a cambiar. Que tanto nos pueden cambiar, ¿no? en 8 semanas a los dos. Vamos a hacer lo mismo, o sea, aún así tengamos un plan allá arriba del ring. Adiós plan, vamos a entregarnos para lo de la gente, a darlo todo. Bueno, para mí es vivir o morir contra Mauricio Herrera.
We're beyond a crossroads fight. These fighters are way past that. They want one last payday after this fight, and that's what the winner looks to get as Mauricio Maestro Herrera goes into the ring. Let's take a look at the Tecate tail of the tape for tonight's main event. And you'll notice that both are orthodox fighters. There's a 4-inch reach advantage in height, or in reach for Soto Karass. Total rounds favor Soto Karass by 84 in terms of experience. And look at the layoffs, 194 less days off for Mauricio Herrera. So we'll see if there's any ring rust from Soto Karass, who really needed the rest after all those wars against Kamegai. So we'll go to the center of the ring with Pablo Flores for tonight's main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Set for 10 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Presented by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. Tecate Born Bold. Hennessy, never stop, never settle. In Ford Motor Company. This bout is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Commissioner John Carvelli, Executive Officer Andy Foster, Timekeeper Mike Millsap. Your 3 judges scoring: Pat Russell, Fernando Villarreal, and Jerry Cantu. And when the action begins, your 3rd man, Eddie Hernandez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on ESPN Boxing and the fans who are waiting for this main event at the Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino in Indio, California, USA. Ajusten sus cinturones. Introducing to you first, the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black trunks with the Mexican flag on the side. His official weight, 146 pounds. As a professional, he stands with 28 victories, including 11 losses, 4 draws, and 18 of those big wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Representing Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, Jesus Soto opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner, wearing white trunks with black and gold. His official weight, 145.8 pounds. As a professional, he stands with 23 victories, including 7 losses, and 7 of those wins coming by the fast way of knockout. Representing Riverside, California, USA, Mauricio, el Maestro Herrera. And to give out the final instructions, here is Eddie Hernandez.
All right, gentlemen, I've been over the rules with you both. You're professionals. I expect you to conduct yourself as such. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a fight where ring generalship, heart, passion, desire will be on display. And both fighters told me in the fighter meetings, Mauricio Herrera said, I need to say smart and frustrate Soto Karass. Fans will say this will be a war, but there will be no war. Well, only some rounds. As the bell rings for round number 1, Soto Karass told me, I will try to box and not get hit. But once I hear the fans yell, like a dummy, I'll give them what they want. I'll throw down. So it's just how far we're going to have to go until that happens in this fight, B-Hop.
Well, I think we're going to see it later on, but not as expected sooner, because both guys realize that like they got more skills than just sock and rock and robot type thing. They're going to try to show some skills. Like you see now, you see jabs, you see, positioning, and just take down the warm-up stage. 4, maybe 5 rounds, they're going to be heated up, and then we will see where they live up to what they said yesterday at the meeting when we talked to them.
Now, these guys just sparred together. It was early on in Mauricio Herrera's professional career. We talked about him getting a late start as a pro. He made his pro debut at age 27, so that's 10 years ago. And Soto Karass has had a 16-year pro career, so he was already well into his career when they sparred. And Mauricio, actually both guys said, the style of Mauricio Herrera gave Soto Karass some trouble for the first 4 or 5 rounds, but once he started to find him, he was able to do some damage, and then the sparring would stop.
And that's why I mentioned the 4 or 5 rounds, because I think that effect is always going to be there because they do know each other. It's no secret. But they both had, progress over the years, and they both realize that they're not the same fighters they was when they first started sparring, but they're going to bring out the old traits. But that's what makes this fight so like surprising what would happen either this way or that way because of the experience.
Experience is a key. We talked about a combined 555 rounds between these two guys. That's said easily, but when you look at the type of rounds these guys have fought, they've been wars, B-Hop. They're not easy rounds. They take a toll.
No, I mean, they both got respectable knowledge in their careers on them. But at the same token, they understand this is beyond, crossroads. This is now. And they want to be around. They still want to be relevant. And when we talked to them, both guys was not ready or talking like they was ready to leave.
Punches up, Mauricio. Punches up.
So to me, that gave me the indication that they want to make sure that tonight, that they want to prove that they're still relevant.
And they both had a realistic outlook. Ooh, nice jab there from Soto Karass. Not sure if he tripped him up as well.
It's a little both. There's a little bit of jab and a little bit of the tricking between the feet.
But both of them were realistic in their assessment of where their careers are. They know that a win keeps them, still with the opportunity to do things, but a loss really sets them back in terms of thinking of retiring from this very brutal sport.
Te pidió más de 20 otros. No pierdas la cabeza, Jesús.
Hay que tirarle. Y con el ya.
¡Viva México!
La peinadita, ey. La peinadita no, peinadita no te digo. Y el gancho olvidado. No lo hagas peleador. Vamos. Sobre de él.
Wipe down that corner, Eddie. Back up, back up, back up.
Ready for round number 2 here at the Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino in Indio, California. Alongside Bernard Hopkins, I'm Bernardo Osuna. The physique of these two fighters is very different. Mauricio Herrera said over the last 3 fights, the lack of motivation really hurt him, and he would blow up and have to just work on getting back down to weight. Jesus Soto Karass said he's been working on a volleyball court with his trainer, working in the sand, and more than anything, he said, running Mount Baldy. And he says, I did it 8 years, and this is the first time that I could say that I dominated the mountain.
Yeah, and you know what? Is it, you know, it's too late to get the benefits of it? I don't know. We'll see. But it will strengthen your legs. It takes really a lot to do these things, especially in the sand, Bernardo. So that should help. Fight go deep into the fight rounds. Then we will see will the legs be effective to point out a lot of things of punching power, positioning, and you know being quick on the punch when you throw it. The legs keep you up. The hands keep you going, but the legs keep you up.
All right, so in round 1, Herrera out through Soto Karass 62 to 47 punches. So that may be a little unexpected. We talked about the punch output, almost 100 per round by Soto Karass in the last 5 fights. Nice, feints with the left, lands a big right. So Soto Karass throwing a little different elements into his game here.
Definitely, definitely, and he's bringing out tricks in the bag. You know, he's bringing out that quick, hauling left hand, but then he shoots the right hand straight down the pipe. And look for him to set that up again, because he got what? He got some results.
Now you see Soto Karass trying the new tricks, but
Stop punching,
Herrera's just kind of going with Old Faithful. Why not just stick that jab and then follow that up as he does there with an overhand right? And Soto Karass is quick to grab on and tie him up. I've seen you do this once or twice.
Yeah, but one thing about, we talked about time, we talked about all the rounds between both fighters, over 500 rounds they have in. Let me tell you, there's little tricks, a few tricks that they have in the bag.
Watch the head, Mauricio, watch the head.
But look, everything they're doing now, they're doing off experience, been there, done that, and this will make this fight so exciting and so crowd-pleasing and fan-friendly. It's because both guys been there, done that, seen styles, and now they want to go ahead and still be relevant, at least for 1 or 2 more fights.
Soto Karass showing some speed in those hands. That's something we haven't seen, a left hook that went below the belt line. So, but he had been working the body well earlier in this fight. A nice 1-2 combination from Soto Karass, and that's what he wants to do. Turn this into a brawl. As Mauricio Herrera is engaging and obliging. All right, it's time to listen into the Hennessy Corner Cam with Jesus Soto Karass. Never stop, never settle.
Bueno.
I want to hear this crowd right now.
Yuka Morales.
If y'all here representing El Maestro Mauricio Herrera right now.
Francisco Espinosa, the cut man.
If you're right here representing.
Don't get confident. Don't drop your hands, please.
Limpia los guantes. Límpiale los guantes.
Clean the gloves, clean the gloves. You have to go to the body. I want you to work the body.
Como le estás haciendo, no te exageres, como le estás haciendo.
Don't get overconfident. Don't go crazy. Just keep it steady, were the words of Yuka Morales.
Get the
The
chair out
fans
there.
are in here, B-Hop, and they know that the fight can turn on just one punch. They know what to expect with these two warriors.
Hey, you can't take it for granted when you see one guy, especially these two guys who's been there, done that. Again, throwing punches. They're going to have their own chance of making, you know, a statement. That's what make this fight so like even and unpredictable, because now you have you have to pick and choose, but it's still early on. 1-2 body shot right now was a good combination. This fight is going to play out on condition and who perfect their plan more than the others.
Look at the power punches thrown here, the total punches early, and Herrera's out throwing Soto Karass by 30 punches and outlanding him by about 14.
And I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I expected to be the other way around.
Well, both fighters said, hey, I go in with one plan and I'm trying to trick him because he knows what I do. So maybe Soto Karass trying to keep it steady and Mauricio Herrera trying to be the more active fighter in the ring, keeping Soto Karass off balance. Soto Karass comes from the land of Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, land of Jorge Travieso Arce, of Fernando Cochulito Montiel, of Humberto Zorrita Soto, of Ray Beltran. A lot of proud fighters out of Los Mochis, Sinaloa.
They both trading, really getting even punches in as they throw the combinations. And you know, right now you see an overhand right just now.
Soto Karass able to land, and then
yeah, he landed a good overhand right.
And then Herrera was quick to tie him up, not allowing him to get off. That's the one thing that Herrera does not want to do, is allow Soto Karass to get into a rhythm, because if you get him going offensively,
he keep coming. He will keep coming. He won't stop.
Now double left hook to the body from Soto Karass, a 3-punch combination to the head, but Los Mochis fighter got the best of that one. Two from Mauricio Herrera, 4-punch combo from Soto Karass.
And Soto's came back with 3, 4, 5 himself and say, hey, this is that mental now. This is the mental part. This is the, again, veteran part. You got 3 in, okay, good shot. I'm gonna give you 5 in. That's taking the playback.
No va a pasar eso, despierta. Una pelea y nos está haciendo porque tú quieres. Llevamos 2 rounds ganados, 1 perdido, mijo. ¿Ok?
Este vato no trae nada para ganarte, men. So, vamos a ponerle más combinaciones juntas, ¿sí me entiendes? Hay que hacerlo, Mauricio. Necesitamos ver. ¿Quieres una pelea más grande? Aquí estamos ya estamos aquí. 7 más rounds y ya. ¿Sí me entiendes? Vamos.
No
No dejes ganar este round, por favor.
Así. All right, back up, guys. Back up.
This punch might not look like nothing, but it will knock your equilibrium off. Overhand right, over the top. Here we go, right here. Right out of the box.
Well placed, and then he follows it up with a low blow, but because he was being pulled down. That's exactly what you want. You know, 2 shots, different angles. And in the corner of Herrera, they said Soto Karass is taller, he has power, and he's putting the pressure. But if you want another big fight, we're here. Go get it. You've got 7 more rounds. And in Jesus Soto Karass's corner, it was opposite. They were saying, hey, keep it steady. You're going. I have you up 2-1, but just don't get careless.
But another veteran move by Soto. He threw that same punch, but that's a veteran move. When you do moves like that, you constantly know that you have to be in charge. You have to get it established. You have to establish yourself that you're going to do these things to get in position. Veteran move.
You know, this is a long layoff for Jesus Soto Karass, 11 months, but it's done him well because he trained his body. He said, boxing-wise, don't expect me to change anything. You're not going to make me do anything I haven't done all my career. But physically, I feel I have legs, I have conditioning, and he's showing it here in round number 4.
And he's been very relentless with the same punch. It's the left hook and the straight right hand. The left hook and the straight right hand. He threw that combination 4 times in a row, and they both landed. They all landed.
All right, B-Hop, we said they'd warm up at a certain point. We said 4 or 5 rounds in. Right on cue, baby.
They can't help themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what they do. Both guys know how important this fight is tonight.
Nice jab by Herrera. Just allowed Soto Karass to lean in, and he caught him perfectly.
And he sort of conned him into that jab. He threw a light one, then he threw a hard, stiff one. Like a backhand jab.
Yep.
Threw a good right hand off the roll. While he's on the ropes, he used it for leverage. A veteran move by both guys. Yep. One did one before and the other did the other. When you see this, you see that the intelligence, and you see that they're thinking before they just jump into it.
Yeah, neither fighter wants to give in, but they cannot either allow their opponent to dictate the pace for more than any moments. And then nice left hook there from Mauricio Herrera as Jesus Soto Karass was walking in, and Soto's coming in not punching. That's not good for him. He's got to be throwing punches or moving his head because Mauricio Herrera is now timing him.
And Mauricio's throwing that right uppercut, very short, 6 inches.
Let him go, let him go, let him go, Mauricio. Stop at the bell, guys.
Listen in to how the punches sounded before we take you into the Hennessy corner cam. Mauricio Herrera's corner. Never stop, never settle.
Respira duro.
Take a deep breath.
Ok, Mauricio, las combinaciones que estás tirando estás bien, hasta lo lastimaste.
You actually
Pero un poquito más cerradito, no te le quietas, con la cabeza arriba parado.
You need to
El jab,
protect yourself,
tírate
throw
más
the
rápido.
jab.
Muy bien, muy bien. Un
You're
poquito
doing it
más
well.
activo, ¿sí me entiendes? Más defensa.
You've got to stay active and also use
Si
your
usas un
defense.
poquito más, Mauricio, de ángulos, lo puedes agarrar
Use
bien
more
fácil, agarrar
angles.
con el hook bien suave. Okay?
Work to the
Puedes usar
body.
un poquito más ángulo y es tiempo. Okay?
Time him perfectly.
¿Cómo te sientes?
How do you feel?
¿Bien? Estás mirándote bien, estás mirándote
Looking
bien.
good.
Estás mirándote bien, pero hay que... Cuando tiras combinaciones de 3 golpes en tus piernas, bien, ¿ok?
When you're throwing 3-punch combinations and using your legs, that's when you look at your best. So that's the corner of Mauricio Herrera, and they're not lying, B-Hop. They're telling him exactly what's going on in the ring.
Yeah, they're giving him instructions, and the thing is now, through those instructions, to carry it out. And that's the key. But he's a veteran, and I believe it will be.
Jesus Soto Karass comes out for round number 5, blasting with that jab and following it up with that quick 1-2. Herrera was able to duck under that combination in that particular occasion, but this is a fight that hinges on conditioning, heart, and maybe just one punch landing. Herrera, not a big puncher. He understands that. He told us, I've only got 7 knockouts in 23 fights. So I've got to find other ways. I've got to be crafty in the ring, especially against a fighter like Jesus Soto Karass.
And he has been that way. He has been that way in not only this fight, but other fights. But you know, when it comes down to it, both of these guys can flat out fight tonight. Flat out fight. And that's what it's coming down to. We're in these, like, you know, rounds now. Number 5, halfway through. We're going to see some really good exchanges between now until the fight ends.
All right, let's take a look at how many punches we have through the first 4 rounds, or actually in the last round. We see that Herrera was outlanded for the first time in the fight, but he was also able to connect on a higher percentage, 21 of 67 as opposed to 16 of 78 for Jesus Soto Karass. That was round 4 of this fight. We're now in round number 5, and conditioning may be key.
And the car's been started, now it's warm. So you can start it, but now you gotta step on that gas pedal. They're getting warmed up. They are warmed up. And this is it. This is where the second half of the fight will tell you who's going to win the fight based on what they do and who gets there more often than the other.
And right now, it's Mauricio Herrera boxing his way around the ring and making Jesus Soto Karass chase after him, catching him coming in, now counterpunching him, leading, even though he's walking backwards, and that's a lost art too, B-Hop. Being able to walk back and catch your opponent as opposed to just counterpunching him, It's good ring dominance. You talked about ring generalship.
Yeah, but what Santos is not doing is coming with that right hook after he stepped back. He's moving back softly. He's not being pushed back. He's not going back hard. He's moving back softly. Look at the steps he's making. But I need to see him, if you're going to do something, he needs to throw the right hand from a curve, like a hook. But throw the right hook, and it will go around those guards. The air muffs is up. You got to go around those air muffs, and he'll be able to get effective results.
Eddie Hernandez once again warning Jesus Soto Karass about the headbutts. He's obviously leaning in. Not intentional, it's just the way he fights.
And the uppercut is there.
Big finish for Jesus Soto Karass. Will it be enough?
No te oí. Bien. ¿Cómo estamos?
Bien, señor.
Ya estamos a medio camino.
Ok, hazle algo. Si agarro con el uppercut y vuelve para de otro uppercut. ¿Me entiendes? Usa las piernas. Haz un uppercut y luego entra con otro pinche uppercut o cambia el side step. Déjale, pongo arriba.
August 26 live on HBO. Live at the StubHub Center in Carson, California.
Do that. You can do it. You fucking strong.
You'll see Hero
Let's go.
Tickets on sale right now.
Roy.
Also, Ronnie Rios fighting for the world title.
Let's go, box.
This is a ringside view for round number 6 of Jesus Soto Karass taking on Mauricio Herrera. A lot of frustration in the corner of Jesus Soto Karass. They want him to be more active. They want him to attack Mauricio Herrera. And for Herrera, they're very calm. They're happy with what he's doing, outboxing Jesus Soto Karass in that last round. But now they want to punish Jesus Soto Karass. They don't want him to just move. They want him to make him pay when he's chasing.
Yeah, and you know, that's a good strategy, but you have to do it. I don't think that it's going to be successful. Right now, at least, that something happened that we're not expecting because of the rhythm and because of the style. He's leaning forward, he's coming in. And no, at the end of the day, Santos is just picking him up. He's just throwing the right punches, and he's moving at the right time. Now watch, he moves, he steps to the side. He got hit with a couple punches, but he's not getting hit with nothing effective, except for that left foot when he backed up.
And then he got caught with the right hand. Now Herrera lands a couple, and Jesus Soto Karass, though, he's gonna keep coming. This is what he's known for. This is the trademark of a Jesus Soto Karass fight. He's gonna be in your face.
Relentless, in your face. Even when he get hit, he's gonna come forward. So you can't really admire your work. You call it admire your work, like, oh, look what I've done. No, you gotta continue to fire and look to get punched back.
You know, Karass, spelled with a K and a double S, not the right way, but Karass in Spanish means face. And Jesus Soto Karass is always in your face, in that grill, trying to find this shot. He's standing southpaw now. He works to the body once again.
Let his head up.
Look at him slowing down a little bit here in round number 6.
Yeah, this definitely been a workman type of execution from both guys. They continue to keep coming and continue to press. Yes, one guy's backing up more than the other, but he's not running anywhere. He's just getting in position to try to do what he's doing now.
This 1-2 shot from Jesus Soto Karass.
Now, here's the combination. Here's now when he feels that good right hand.
Karass exchanging jabs with Mauricio Herrera. This is the type of fight that the fighter out of Riverside wanted. More of a tactical fight, not allowing Soto Karass to get off in combinations, because that's where the fighter out of Sinaloa is dangerous.
Santos has more quicker hands. He has more better reflexes, and he can use that because opportunity is going to always be there.
How we doing, Mauricio? Okay?
August 26th, live from the Soto Center. WBC.
It's a week of non-stop action here on ESPN.
Take a look into my eyes. Burn the rage. Are you feeling afraid? I am what you made. Never keep me from my rise. It's a newer day. I'm moving away, breaking through the chain. Ain't no stopping me. Ain't no holding me down. Cause now I see beast inside me.
Vasyl Lomachenko won his world title in only his third professional fight. He's 8-1 with 6 knockouts, and he'll take on Miguel Marriaga tomorrow night on ESPN. And many have him amongst the top pound-for-pounders, B-Hop. Where do you have him?
I have him number 3. I have him 3. Pushing forward to number 1, but look, he got another fight this year, but he's number 3 in my book.
And it'll be his 10th professional fight, and when you look at a 396-1 amateur career, 2-time gold medalist in London and Beijing, we're talking about a fighter who's at another level. That's Vasyl Lomachenko. You'll watch him on ESPN tomorrow night. That's Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. Tonight, though, it's Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN, and we've got a great fight. Jesus Soto Karass taking on Mauricio Herrera. Herrera in the white trunks trimmed in gold. Soto Karass in the black trunks with the white trim. Bernard Hopkins alongside Bernardo Osuna. This is round number 7 of a fight that you expect will go 10 rounds.
Yeah, but I believe it's going to start getting a little gritty now because both guys have spent some energy and they've been pressing each other back and forth. So right now, this is like the championship rounds in the 10th round fight, and we're going to see it.
Jesus Soto Karass was in a Fight of the Year candidate not too long ago. Well, it was long ago, but because it happened in 2014 against Yoshihiro Kamegai, the Japanese fighter, who came back and then had a draw in their rematch because he's been off, but nonetheless, he really used this time to recoup physically, mentally, and for Mauricio Herrera, he's just had a hard luck row of decisions with bad judging. But nonetheless, he says he's hungry once again and he wants one more title shot.
And he's fighting like that. I mean, he talked about the Danny Garcia. He talked about a few, but I mean, look at the counter right hand, the counter right hand again, the counter right hand again. 3 of them in a row.
Toe-to-toe action in the center of the ring between Herrera and Soto Karass. This is what the fans came to see. They said, I know at some point it's gonna go down. We're gonna throw down, and this is the point in the fight.
Stop, step back, step back. Step back. Watch the heads, guys, watch the heads, okay? Let's go, fight.
I said it earlier, we talk about skills, we talk about strategy. They gave us that. They gave us the ring generalship. Now it's flat out fighting, Bernardo.
Fighting with his back off the ropes is Jesus Soto Karass, and that's changing things up. That's Mauricio Herrera coming forward and catching Jesus Soto Karass now as he comes in. That jab has been there. That piston for Mauricio Herrera. That's one way of keeping Jesus Soto Karass off of you. The other way is with a 3-punch combination as round 7 comes to an end.
Step back, step back, step back. Box time.
Now let's listen to the corner of Jesus Soto Karass and notice the difference. There may be some desperation.
Escúchame, perdimos este round.
We lost this round.
¿Qué estás haciendo las cuerdas ahí
What are
parado?
you doing on the ropes? Come on.
Jala aire.
Take some deep breaths.
Échale agua, échale agua.
Mira, cuando te pegas en las cuerdas, güey, tiras la combinación y sales por un lado y lo contrario.
If you're going to be against the ropes, you've got to throw a combination and use your legs to come out laterally. Work the body.
Tira golpes.
You've got to throw punches. Take a deep breath.
Vámonos a la verga, que vámonos pues.
Let's go get him.
Tira golpes, tira golpes.
You've got to throw punches. Let your hands go. Round number 8. Soto Karass and Mauricio Herrera are already in the center of the ring. How ready are you? Let's see. They're waiting for the bell. And here we go. Round 8 of a 10-round fight alongside Bernard Hopkins. I'm Bernardo Osuna, and these last 3 rounds, B-Hop, should be fire.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen a belt take that long to ring. But in fact, both guys are sitting there like statues. But you know, they went right back to the work, right back at each other.
Big right hand from Mauricio Herrera. Big left from Jesus Soto Karass to the body. So these guys are going to go to their strengths.
Yeah, and they've thrown with strength. If you hear the punches from here, I mean, they're really letting punches go. There's not no pity-pat. 1-2 right now. They really letting their punches to go. If they throw a jab, it's to set up the right hand. To beat a hard punch.
Yeah, Mauricio Herrera has more command of that jab. He uses the setup Jesus Soto Karass, but Jesus has been using the jab earlier in this fight. Not liking the fact that Herrera likes to tie up. You look at 37 and 34, 26 years of experience between them, 16-year career for Soto Karass, a 10-year career for Mauricio Herrera, who's the older of the fighters, but he's only been boxing for 10 years. This is combination punches right in the center of the ring. The fans are into it, the fighters are into it, we hope you're into it. Way to protect the body.
3 or 4 5-punch combinations has been. I mean, both guys are showing offense and defense. You know, he protect the body, but he showed offense by throwing those punches all downstairs without paying the price for it.
And then Mauricio Herrera was able to stop the onslaught of punches from Jesus Soto Karass with the jab. He caught him off balance and said, "Get off me." You see the intelligence of Mauricio Herrera. He's there, but he's not really there.
I love his demeanor. He keeps a demeanor. He didn't get excited. He let his hands go when he let his hands go. When he got hit with punches, he just corrected them by throwing punches back.
Jesus Soto Karass didn't want to hear anything in the corner. He's wanting to go for the knockout here in round number 8, but the minutes are ticking away, the seconds go by, and he's going to get more and more desperate because his corner told him, you lost that last round. And they were right.
Let his hand go, let his hand go.
Both of these guys are vulnerable for uppercuts. They both lean forward all the time when they're throwing punches, and they're not looking for a punch to come from an uppercut position because they're getting hit with the same punch all through the fight.
Last 20 seconds of this round number 8.
He tried the uppercut, but too far away.
Stop punching. Box. Up the bell, guys.
Woo! That was after the bell.
You all right?
Soto Karass didn't like it. Plays around a little bit. But the fans are liking the action here as we listen in to the blue corner. Don't lose your concentration. He's fighting dirty. I need you to keep throwing the jab. That jab is setting things up for you. Work the body. Don't just stay inside. Herrera's corner. Winning the fight. When we see the punches thrown in their last 5 fights, Soto Karass per round 97.5, tonight 66.1, so it's well below average. But when we look at the overall punches landed, it's almost dead even. 132 for Herrera, 129 for Soto Karass through 8 rounds. This is round 9. Bernard Hopkins alongside Bernardo Osuna, and this series keeps delivering, B-Hop. We've talked about the young fighters put in and match tough. And what about these grizzled veterans, these fighters who you know are going to give you a war, and they come in and deliver once again?
Herrera's still coming forward. Here's round 9. He's coming forward with the jab, still trying to get that right straight down the pipe. And you know what? This is a fight that we knew that was going to be in-your-face, competitive, and I'm not as surprised to see both guys using a lot of nutrition, a lot of skills, a lot of grit to get this win.
This could turn into a war of attrition here. Down the stretch, once again, it's Herrera holding and punching, and Soto Karass is not having it. But the corner did warn Soto Karass. He's trying to frustrate you, and he seems to be getting off his game. So things working perfectly for Mauricio Herrera, the crafty veteran.
Yeah, because Santos is letting him walk right in, and he seemed to maybe getting a little break here and there. And look, you cannot do that with Herrera. Herrera's going to continue to come forward as he do with the stiff jab right now, and he's waiting to throw that right hand. Look, he throws the right hand, and he's going to catch, eventually, he's going to catch Santos if he don't be aware of it.
Big right from Mauricio Herrera. Sets it up off the jab. Allows Jesus Soto Karass to give himself up when he's coming in. Makes him pay the price. And then the overhand right as Soto Karass overcommits. He loses his balance and he gets caught.
Santos did a good veteran move. He pivoted and then he fired the right hand right off the pivot. He never even stopped the pivot. Once he got around, he threw it. He didn't wait, then throw it. It would have been too late. He threw it on the move.
Now Soto Karass lands to the body. And once again, the response from Mauricio Herrera with his back to the ropes, and he's finding him hard to hit. But Soto Karass is there standing to be counterpunched. Listen to the fans.
This is now going down to nutrition. Both guys are getting hit. They're not moving as quick as they was rounds ago because, look, they've been back and forth all through the fight. So right now, both guys have to be aware, if they can be, that they can't leave their heads up after they throw a punch because the other guy's coming back.
Oh, now Mauricio Herrera's cut over the right eye. A big left hook from Soto Karass as Herrera says, come get me. And the fans, some of them are on their feet.
But look at Soto. Soto should continue to throw that right hand, and he sneaks that left hook in off the jab. You're going to see it again. When he leans to the left, he's going to try to throw it. Here it goes right there. It was kind of low, but he's going to throw it every chance.
You may or may not be able to hear because the crowd's going wild. Let's listen in on the red corner of Herrera.
Dale agua tú. Mauricio. Respira duro.
You got to throw hard punches. Go get him. You're too good for him. Go get it. You can win this. It's impossible to hear in here, Bernard. The crowd is into it. This is what we knew we could get. This is magic as they both go to the center of the ring to touch gloves. And this final round, you do not want to miss. Call your friends. Go get them. Don't go anywhere.
It's just what we expected. And you know, I'm a mouthpiece. Mouthpiece is not in. You got to have the mouthpiece. I'm going to go online. I'm going to go right on the edge right now and say, depending on how this round goes, I will know sooner than later. This easily can be a close round. This round can either win or draw or lose a fight for either guy. I believe it's that close.
I have Herrera winning, but I mean, I think anything can happen. But Jesus Soto Karass says, judges, who needs judges? I've got two judges, my left and my right. And whether it goes to the body or to the head, he's trying to impose justice.
And Santos coming out overhand right just now. But he just threw an overhand right that he meant business. He's done it again. And he's going to continue to do it because he's that veteran that knows if it worked the first time, it worked the second time.
Soto Karass cut the right eye of Mauricio Herrera in round number 9, and he's continuing to punish, looking to finish the fight. He's not sure what the judges have on their scorecards. Really, none of us are, and so neither guy can really afford to give up round number 10.
You can't give up this round because, to me, there were some rounds that were so close.
Yes.
You're going to have to give it to someone, but this round, the way it ends, could be a big factor in who wins this fight between either guy.
Big right from Jesus Soto Karass. Once again, Mauricio tries to tie him up. And Soto Karass just trying to create enough space to land that overhand right, which he does once again. He follows it up, lands it as a combination, And now, Herrera leaning against the ropes. He bounces off and connects a right. This is what we expected. This is what we dreamed of when they said Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN is going to feature Herrera and Soto Karass. And this is what we knew could happen.
This is a fight, this is boxing, this is guys that been there, done that, and they know how to put them lives out there to show people there's a difference between any other sport, but this sport is the real deal.
You don't play boxing, there's no doubt. Nobody's playing inside this ring tonight. Jesus Soto Karass now against the ropes, and it's Mauricio Herrera turning the tables, or trying to do that, but Jesus Soto Karass is also throwing punches off the ropes, and if you're going to be on the ropes, that's how you want to be, throwing punches.
Both guys are fighting like this round matters, because to me, it does.
We're just going to let you listen to the end of this fight, because these last 30 seconds don't need a description. The crowd is on their feet, and how could they not be if you've got a pulse? You love this fight. Who wins? We'll find out when we return. This is Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN, and this is what this sport is all about. Over 1,500 punches thrown. Look at Soto Karass' power punches, 571 thrown. But we talked about the jab of Mauricio Herrera, 442 punches. So we'll see, did they lock the boxing style of Herrera or the pressure of Soto Karass? Pablo Flores has the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a big round of applause for these two warriors. Great fight tonight. Soto Karass and Mauricio Herrera. And after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Both judges, Pat Russell and Fernando Villarreal, have scored the same, 96-94. Jerry Cantu has scored it 95-95 even. For your winner, by the way of majority decision, Riverside, California, Mauricio, el maestro Herrera.
After all those close calls, Mauricio Herrera finally gets a decision, 96-94. there's no losers tonight because the fans got an amazing fight, B-Hop.
Yes, yes they did, and it's what we expected.
Well, some fans are disappointed that Jesus Soto Karass did not get the win, but both fighters are in there deserving of another fight because they gave it their all. A ton of heart, disappointment for Jesus Soto Karass, and we invite you to join us tomorrow night because Vasil Lomachenko will take on Miguel Marriaga. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. This has been Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN. For Bernard Hopkins, the entire Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN crew, I'm Bernardo Osuna. Sports Center is coming up next.
To Jesus Soto Karass, a true warrior, Jesus Soto Karass.
Scoot back, B-Hop. B-Hop, go like this. Watch your hands. There we go.